Today, Greg is going to share with you a TST Flyer 27.5-inch commuter convenience electric bike.
This is a really awesome feature. First time I've ever seen it. You know, they have like the opening, the bracket that holds the handlebars on. They put a target, so that allows you to, you know, kind of shift it around side to side. So you know if you're over here, that ain't no good. You know, you can, if you got a good eyeball for center, you can get that kind of gauge off the edge of the crosshair, how the distance over to the bracket, and really get that centered up good.
This is an excellent option for those looking for an electric bike that is both powerful and easy to use. It's got TST more than enough power to get you where you need quickly while being a blast to ride. This has 4 to 5 hours for charging time, and it goes up to a max is 23 miles per hour. We got to go about 21 miles per hour. 7 speeds, 1,000-watt brushless gear motor, and it's got a 65-mile range with pedal assist. And it's max of 400 pounds. Hey, babe.
Hi, honey.
What do you got here?
All right, so we have like a pretty exciting video, but we've been talking about getting electronic bikes for a little while, way back into the mountains, you know, especially there because it's the terrain is so hilly. It's like you would go 50 feet and you'd be dead. But if you've ever looked these things up, they go anywhere from, you know, $350, like low end of it, that maybe gets 10 miles or something, distance to 15 miles, all the way up to like $10,000 you can spend.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's been prohibitive to get it, you know, especially you need 2 of them, you know, and yeah, we could use regular bikes, but we're getting old.
We're getting old.
So,
I think I shared the first time. Let me interrupt this for a minute. I think the first time the kids I rode a bike around the neighborhood, I was like literally halfway around my thighs.
You wanted to die,
were on
right?
fire, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I so out of shape? Yeah.
So we thought this would be like a good way to, you still get your exercise, but right. When you've had enough, you can switch it over and, you know.
But for the interjection here, I did ride around and pedal it, and it does not kill your thighs. So a better quality bike.
Oh, for sure.
It's like night and day.
And believe me, you can do the same exact thing. You know, I mean, you can go to
get like
certain stores and get a $100 bike.
Oh yeah, that's what we live for.
The bearings are going to be subpar. The crank is going to be different. The gears aren't going to be ratioed just right. But then you spend $2,000 on a good bike.
Yeah. So I saw those old people in the mountains, older
and
people.
And there's people out there that are going to say, 2,000. What are you talking about? They have carbon fiber bikes.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? That can get well up into the thousands. So, but anyways.
Yeah.
You know, something that's like mid-range. That most people can afford, and it's, you know, more towards the entry to mid-level, you know, and get you into the sport of e-bikes or whatever. And Florida's like the greatest place.
Right.
The more that we're driving around, it's like they literally have bike lanes in the roads.
In the road.
Everywhere you go.
And they're like in the middle of the cars, not on the side where you would picture them. They're like in the middle of the cars.
It depends on the road and stuff. Yeah. But then they have like sidewalks everywhere. So it's like a super bike-friendly place, for sure. I mean, something with 20 miles worth of range gets us
pretty
to
far.
the Gulf of Mexico.
Exactly, that's crazy.
You know, so we're thinking like the different times that we could, you know, take an adventure and you know, load a little weenie up in the basket.
Yes, we
you
need
know,
to go to the basket. I need a little basket.
Like zip tie her to the basket.
Zip tie. She'd be like, oh. I think she'd sit and enjoy it though.
Yeah, and like literally make it all the way to like
that's crazy.
Like AMYMARYON Island and explore the island on electric bikes.
That's way awesome.
How cool would that be?
Very cool.
We have here is we got this TST Wheels bike. TST is the brand name of it. TST Wheels, you got that down there, baby. And this is the model Flyer. And I mean, to me, it looks really good. You know, like I know some of them just look so weird.
They do.
I've seen some of them there. You know, like the wheels are real tiny.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they got these gigantic baskets on them.
Right.
They just don't look like aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
I'm like an aesthetic kind of dude, so. You know, to me, the color on this bike
is nice, and
yeah, like the proportions of it are good. You know, it's like your standard like mountain bike look. You know, nice bike, comes with, you know, like hydraulic brakes, which are very cool. You know, the stopping power is super good on them. You know, everything locks up really good, really tight, stops you like instantaneously. It's got a 7-speed derailleur, so just treating it like a regular bike. You know, you can zip through 7 gears.
On there.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome.
But why would you use that when you can use this?
because like you said, we're getting older.
Right.
A little exercise.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'll zip through the 7 speeds until like I'm to the end of the road.
Right, and then we'll switch over to the other one.
Yeah, and then you switch over. No, but what else it's got is, you know, you can kind of dictate what kind of workout you want to get.
Right.
Because you can set it. You know, I think P0. This is the settings we'll show you in a little bit. That's like there's no assist.
Right.
And then P1 is going to be like a certain percentage of assist. P2 is more. P3, and so on. So if you want to get a great workout, you can maybe put it on P1 and you'll get the assist.
Right.
So you still have to pedal it. It doesn't go by itself, but it assists you while you're pedaling.
Right, which is kind of nice.
So you can literally
not have your thighs be on fire.
You can kind of custom tailor the kind of workout that you want.
Yeah.
So when you're on the way to the beach or you're on the way to the store, wherever you want to take your goofy bike, you're pedaling, and then you're hardly using any of the battery power.
Right.
You know, and then on the way back when you're really tired,
you got your stuff in the basket. It's heavy.
Because a lot of times, like for me, I love to be on a bike, so I'll get like lost on it. You know what I mean? I'll just be like, oh my gosh, look at the birds. You know, like enjoy everything and the wind rushing, you know, that kind of stuff. So if I'm not careful, I'll be 30 miles away from the house on my bike.
Right, not think about it.
You know, so when you don't really, this is kind of like going on a kayak or doing any of those kind of things. It's like so relaxing and so fun. It's like you don't really feel that burn until you turn around and come home.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm so far away. So that's really nice where you can then switch over to full power and then zoom in at this little dude right here. It's got the thumb throttle.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
it literally is turned on.
Yeah. So
Zero, so you can just ride full battery. You can put whatever one you want.
past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all the way up to 5.
It's got a
Yep, and it's got your light switch
got a
here.
light here. You gotta hold it. Hold her in. There's the light. Safety at nighttime. Nice.
Yep. What does it got on the back? Is there a light on the back? No, just a rear reflector.
Yes.
Pretty awesome bike. You know, we tried it around the neighborhood. Amy's been taking
Fun.
kids around the neighborhood and stuff. And you were walking, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of walking, following around or whatever. So we have literally just gotten in. I know we've been here all summer, but you know, between getting settled and working and all that stuff, I literally, so a few weekends ago, I just got everybody's bikes flipped over in the garage. Maddie's was having some problems with the crank, you know, the alignment of the rear wheel, and you know, handlebars loose and different things like that. So literally just got the bikes all pretty much sorted out.
Because it's bike time.
Yeah, and then we got this, because the weather's starting to change now to where it's like literally 70 degrees every day. It's
so nice.
Perfect for bike riding. So this is like our first foray into the electric bike thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, I guess if I had it my way, I'd have all of us get them. You know, so that we could like, let's go 150 miles away from home.
Right.
But yeah, this is giving us like a little taste of
how it's going to be.
Yeah, what the electric bike.
Which I feel like everybody would have one eventually.
Eventually, I mean, we see them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. Right?
Everywhere.
And I personally like the
scooters.
What called scooters, but they're not really good for long distances.
Right.
I mean, they can be, but the price starts getting astronomical.
Right.
And then you made a great point. When they die, they're dead.
They're dead. Where if this dies, you can still ride it.
Yeah.
So that's the positive of the bike, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, the little bit that the lithium-ion batteries weigh, it's like negligible.
Right.
You don't even feel it really when you're pedaling. So, additional baskets. We got one for the front and one for the rear, and then we also got the mud flaps. You know, because we probably will, you know, put like a little piece of wood or something down here.
Or a little Maxine in there should be in there.
Yeah. Put some in here. So we wanted to get the mud shields and stuff, so she didn't get splashed by anything or any of that kind of stuff. But let's see. So the fender kit. Yeah, we can start with the fender kit. They come with these little brackets, and you know they provide screw holes and stuff. And this is a kit that's specific for this bike or whatever. So we got the fender kit. The problem with the front was they sent us a bracket for a different bike. Like we needed our eyelets to be a certain way. They sent us eyelets that were the opposite way. So no big deal, but we weren't able to put that on. And then the baskets only came with one bag of screws, and that was enough to secure the front. But we couldn't put the back one on because the screws that were in the holes in the bike were too short.
Yeah.
So, we did have a couple of little issues like that with the fenders and the baskets. But this is awesome because we get to see how TST wheels will do for support. Because
right.
this kind of thing happens
all the time.
All the time.
Human error.
We get stuff from Lowe's, we get stuff from Home Depot, order stuff all the time, through Amazon. Yeah, so very rarely do we ever get anything nowadays where all the parts, all the pieces
right.
are there.
So you're gonna have some issues.
Yeah. So, but that gives us, a good chance to see how
customer
TST
service.
Wheels customer service will deal with all those little issues and stuff like that. And then in a month from now, after we've even wore the bike out more and tried it and stuff, we can report back and kind of update you on how the longevity of it, how it's holding up, the components, anything getting loose, that kind of thing. And then if they resolve the basket issues and stuff. It's not something that I can easily go, get the little parts and pieces for, except for that front fender thing. That's like a very specific bracket. We'll just kind of see how they do with their customer service. So, anyways, let's take it on the road.
Go for a ride. Where's she going, baby?
Dude, that is like the most fun you can
You're going 21 miles an hour, aren't you?
Yeah, I know.
Because I go 21 miles an hour too.
Oh my gosh, but that's weird. Because you gotta sort of...
I never touched this.
I was literally in first gear.
Okay.
And, when it's kicking in and trying to help you,
yeah.
your little legs are like...
Right.
You can't keep up to the
right.
power that it's got.
So you
sort of have to be...
I never even used that.
Like
okay.
middle of the range,
okay.
I would say, like third gear or something.
Okay.
About perfect. And it does have like a little indicator here, what gear you're in, so that's kind of cool. So, okay.
Don't take off on it.
All right. So that's something to be aware of.
If it's on, you can push it and go.
If you're off of that past 0 on any of them, at any time you can hit the
then go red. No thoughts?
Final thoughts, it's awesome.
Feel like a kid again?
No, I love this kind of stuff.
It's almost like a motorcycle slash bike.
I rode a motorcycle, for a long time, so this is like right up my alley as far as whatever. But yeah, we've been talking about wanting to get these for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So this is like really
our
awesome.
Start for one.
And exciting for something like me,
Exciting for me. Oh, look at that. Look at the shocks.
Yeah, shocks, pegs.
And your thighs aren't on fire, are they? No thighs on fire.
No. But if you wanted to, they definitely could.
Oh, you could. Yeah, we're good.
For those that have been questioning, about it or whatever, like a 500 watt bike, if it's going to be strong enough for you, I'm weighing around 220. Dude, this thing takes me up to 20 miles an hour.
That's awesome.
Although that doesn't sound fast.
Oh, it's fast.
It's pretty fast.
It's fast.
Bike,
It's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're in that price range where you could do a 500 watt bike, don't even think twice about it.
Right.
It'll definitely be more than enough.
All right, babe. We'll go have fun riding your bike.
Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. You came back. You came back after all the food making yesterday. And I'm still here. That's a good thing. I wasn't even exhausted or tired. Usually after making a whole bunch of food, I'm like, all right, I'm done. But yesterday was such a good day. We finished up and then I was editing for a while and then ended up going for a walk, which has been really nice. It's been nice. Just a good temperature, like a good temperature to get out and walk. It's almost a little chilled, but not too bad. So we walked, came back, and then and the kids rode their bikes. They love the bike riding. So they take turns on the electric bike. And so they go riding around, they just go zipping past. And then the girls, they take their turns on there. And so we just had a good time. I take Maxine, she lasts about one lap and then she's pretty much exhausted and tired after one. And so then I leave her here and then I go back and do a couple more. So it was good. And then came home and had dinner. The fajitas, so good. Delicious. The whole pan was gone. I was able to make two small ones for like lunch today, mostly with peppers, but that was so good, so delicious. So that was a really good meal. And then I went upstairs and had to do a little bit of work, and then went out to the pool and we swam for probably a good hour and a half last night. It was really nice, all of us. It was just a good night. You know, when you have those good days, you're like, had a good day in my home, getting a lot of stuff preparing, had a good day with my kids, had a good day just being together. It was good. So then today, in bed and slept great. So then today I got up and I'm like, all right, what do I got to do? So I've got a list to get done today. Today is our homeschool day that we go out and do our fun homeschool thing that the kids go to. And so I need to get my stuff done today, and then I will. I'm not even worried about it whatsoever. I'm like, I'll get my stuff accomplished and be good. Main focus is get that freezer organized. So I've got my meatballs, the meatballs and the stuffing balls, I brought those in. So I'm gonna put those in bags, and then we're gonna go out to the garage and we're gonna kind of organize as best we can. I also made a list yesterday, I don't usually ever do this. I don't think I ever have. I was just like, having my freezer in my house, which I love. I don't have it here, and I get it. It's not gonna work good in here with all this stuff. So the convenience was I'm in the mountains, and it was out of the way, so it was no big deal. We really don't have a spot for here except in the corner, which we did, and it was fine. It wouldn't work now, but it was like I was able to go to it all the time and see what I have. So it's like out of sight, out of mind type thing. And so here it's like, it's all, it's so far away in the garage, and so I like forget what there is. So I made a list. I just typed up real quick a list of the dinners that I do have in there, and then I thought I'd just make sure there wasn't anything else I missed, and then I want to kind of go through and see what I have for my beef. I'm debating. I don't know if I'll do any more freezer meals this month, because I was looking forward to the next couple weeks. I was like, all right, I've got to do like a baking day for my dad. And so I talked to my dad, and so I wanted to, my mom would always bake and make things, and so I thought I'm not gonna be able to go see him. And so I thought this year, I know he's just gonna stay home and kind of chill. And so I'm like, I know I can make food and send it to him. I could do cold food, but I know that by the time it gets there, it's like he's not a freezer person where he's gonna be like put in the freezer, defrosted, he's instant. So food I'm not worried about. Baked goods, he likes baked goods. He likes my mom's baked foods. So I got a list of things that he wanted me to bake, and so today I'm actually gonna run store and pick. I have to pick up like 3 things, and then also for Evan too. I asked Evan a few things he wants us to send him for Christmas, and so I'm gonna like and then it's like we have that this week. We also Brooklyn's back, and we'll have a bunch of appointments, and so there's just and then it's like Christmas, Jensen's birthday. I have to get groceries. I have to plan. I have to make cookies for our home. There's just a lot going on. It'll be the holiday, Christmas time, and then New Year. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I'll do a beef one. I may. We'll see. We'll see how life goes. But in my head, I'm like, I don't know if I'll have a chance to do it or not yet, but you never know how life will go. But so we're gonna focus on getting the freezer organized first, and then we still have to make some food today. What? I know, I'm still gonna do some food. I know, crazy. We'll get some done today. So you guys ready for a good day? Okay, let's get these into a bag, labeled, and we'll go out to the garage and organize the freezer. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. Those chicken meatballs smell so good. I cannot wait. I hope they taste just as good as they smell, because they smell delicious. Okay, let's go in the garage, and then we're gonna organize. You'd think one of these days I'd pull these stickers off. I will eventually. It's from the marker board, and the marker board would not stick to this, so yes. And then it's in the garage, so it's like, why clean it? I know, it's all good. Okay, freezer, everything is just stacked in here. You get creative and stack everything, so I think I'm just gonna take it all out and then restack. Okay, so this is what this looks like. Everything's on the floor right here. Right there. There's all my chickenness. So what I'm gonna do is when I and there's 2 in there. When I put it in the freezer, it's like I'll put the pans in there. I'll try to keep the chicken on one shelf. Like I've got most of my breakfast on the top usually. Containers, that's usually raw meat, and then like processed things like ham and sausage and meatballs, things like that, things that you buy at the store already prepared. So I'm gonna try to keep the chicken down there. I know it's not gonna happen because not all of it's gonna fit, but do my best. When you're stacking stuff, don't put stuff that's squishier on the bottom, like I have, like the Mexican stuffed shells. I mean, even though they're frozen, a little more brittle on top, so those will go more on the top, but the heavier stuff on the bottom, it'll be good. Let me show you, let's see what we can do here. Okay, easy, easy. No, I had to just put a few things where I need them to go. So after looking at my freezer, I'm like, I definitely will not be doing hamburger meals because, I mean, I could try shoving and shoving, but Christmas, we like to do the freezer things like bagel bites and pizza rolls and taquitos, those kind of things. So that'll take up my freezer space. I know we'll eat some of this up, but this is pretty full. This is good. So I'm gonna have more of those containers because I'm gonna do cream of chicken soup today. Breakfast stuff, I pulled some out. I pulled out blueberry muffins, waffles, and the biscuit bombs. Those I think will be good because I have bagels in there, but the rest of the stuff is diminishing. So, and then I brought energy bites in too because those are one of those things. I keep them in the freezer, but in the house they, so we can at least see them. So this is good for now. Most of my meat's in here. I want to get a list of the other main things I have as best I can so I know for meals. I forgot I got this, the Alfredo stuffed gnocchi. I bet that would be delicious. So see, Alfredo stuffed gnocchi. So I'm making a list here. I've got a lot of, I got hash brown patties. Okay, not bad for freezer meals for sure. So now I know. Plenty of stuff to make meals with. And I still have a whole roll of hamburger in my refrigerator that I'm going to be taking and making Gwumpkies with today. And so I'll be able to freeze some of that as well. And I think this is all just veggies. This is in freezer packs. Yep, this one has got all just my coffee for one, that's frozen. Frozen, when you want some, you just take it out. This is gonna fit right here. Yep. You take one out when you want it and it falls in the refrigerator, so that's a good thing. And these are just all veggies, so it's gonna be one of those things, just know that there's veggies in there. Is that it? I had water, when we moved here, I thought, stock up on water. You know, the mountains, you always stocked up on things because, I don't know, going to town was far away or you really lost power a lot. Who knows? Here, it's since 6 months, we haven't even had to use it. So, I went water bottle happy and bought a bunch of water bottles and I'm like, all right, we're never even gonna use these. So I had a bunch in my freezer in case the power went out. So I took it out, put it in my refrigerator so we can make sure to take it out and use it. So this is good. I know we have to bring a milk in. Let me put a milk in here. And then I'll be bringing my hamburger out. So I've just put the water bottles in here and then I'll have the kids carry them today. I've got to make some pies with these. We're gonna do those mini pies probably this weekend. So this should go right here. And the hamburger, and I think I got cheese here. How long can I leave cheese in here? April 2024. Can you keep the cheese study for 2024? Probably. I've never done that. Sausage these up, and then we're gonna use up the thing today. Let's see. Okay, those are good. And then my potatoes put in here. I'm gonna just keep in a bag or not. One of those things you can visually see. I'll use the hamburger up in a minute. So this is good. I mean, that's it. Nothing too much. Just extra stuff. So now we go back inside and then we'll start on our other things. The freezers are stocked. I could do more freezer meals. I could shove more in there if I wanted to. But we'll see. I still have to get stuff for Christmas, so I'll probably wait on that. And so I'm just going to put my breakfast foods in the freezer here. I had one biscuit, so I'm going to put the rest in there. And then I have, what else do I have in there? I have the bagel sandwiches, and is that it? Bagel sandwiches and stuffed biscuit. I think that's it. So I'll put the waffles in there for today. Okay, there seemed to be a lot of cleaning out the refrigerator, but I wanted to kind of look and see what was in there, what I have to use up. So I had a container of pineapple. This has got to get eaten. It's fine. I was like, it smells good. I'm gonna leave that, just munch on that. That's good. I have, everybody's doing the smelly potpourri, which has been around for eons. Eons. We used to make it back in the day before YouTube was the thing, where you take your oranges, cranberries, you use cinnamon sticks, and you can use pine branches and peppercorn. Is it peppercorns? What is it called? The other ones, it's not a peppercorn, is it anise spice? I can't remember which one it is. But anyways, we used to do the packaged balls, put it in cellophane paper, put in there an orange, and put all those things in there and tie it real nice and give it to your gift as neighbors. I've seen people do it in like a piping bag, and that was a really cool idea. Put all the tiny stuff at the bottom and then get to the top, so orangey tie it. I'm like, what a cool idea. So I have oranges. We had these oranges last month. They were not very good. They're not very like peelable and yummy. So I thought, this one looks a little more orangey. I might have to eat that one. So I thought, why don't I slice that up? I've got a couple apples that are just kind of soft. And then I bought cranberries. And then I have, do I have cinnamon sticks? No, I don't have cinnamon sticks, but I have cinnamon. I have nutmeg. So I will just sprinkle that on a pot, make some potpourri. What I'm gonna do with the rest of it is freeze it. You can freeze these and just put them in a bag when you wanna put them in your home to smell all Christmassy. Like, I don't have any pine trees. I don't even know if I can get a pine tree here. There are pine trees here, but I don't have any, so that's okay. Rosemary works really good too, give that piney smell, but it's good. It's funny, I have one of my candles. I think I got it at Big Lots, and it's pine cones and maple. It smells so good in the can. I'm like, it's funny, those ones, the odor ones, the DC ones from Miss Barbara, I'm like, that made your whole house smell delicious. I'm like, I can barely smell this candle, so it's good. And then I'm gonna start on my cream of chicken soup, because I'm gonna get those in the freezer. So I pull out the chicken, the onions, and I've got a couple of carrots. So when I pulled up blueberry muffins, I thought I'd stick those in our little container over here. Got eaten up. Not a huge fan of the gingerbread. Not everybody is. That's okay. It's kind of like a child-specific one, and I don't know if everybody loves it. Let me show you doing this. And that's okay. I knew that making them. But we have these wonderful blueberry ones here. There we go. Blueberry muffins. Okay, so let's make some cream of chicken soup. This recipe I've been doing forever. I like to do it myself. Is it cheaper than canned soup? I think I figured out the price, and canned soup is about the same. Regular canned soup is about the same, but it is like cream. I did cream of mushroom soup. I figured out the price, but it's not as thick, not as flavorful. And if you have to do like a lactose-free version, then yeah, it's definitely not feasible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 sticks of butter. We're gonna heat that up, and then I'm gonna put in, I've got these leftover onions from yesterday, so I'm gonna put them, I don't mind chunks in my food. I can do textures. Some of my kids don't like textures, and that's quite all right. So usually what I would say is put a bunch of veggies in here. I wouldn't necessarily do peppers, but I will because I have them in there. I would be putting in here celery, which I don't have any celery, and that's okay. And then I would put some carrots because it gives it like an orangey color. You know how cream of chicken soup has a little bit of that yellowish orange color in it, so that will help. So just puree this up, and then we'll put it in with that butter. Do you ever do a lot of carrots? Go. Oh yeah, that was a lot of carrots. Yeah, that was a lot of carrots. I probably could just put 1 carrot in there. That's okay. We'll have a massive amount of carrots, and that's quite all right. So just put that in your pan here. It'll be a very orangey color. Let me do 1 more stick of butter because I can do a ton of this. It's one of those things I don't mind making, but when you're out of it, you're like, I'm out of it. So let me get 1 more stick of butter. A lot, because I won't be using many in the next little while because I have all those freezer meals, but it will be nice to have on hand for when I do need them come January. Okay, and I've got the chicken, so you might as well. So you're just gonna heat this up, let this heat up. Once it gets all cooked kind of good, let it mix together, you're gonna add flour to it. That's gonna thicken it up, thicken as much as you want. And then I'm gonna add my lactose-free milk in there. Whisk it up a little bit, chicken bouillon too. I'll add chicken bouillon because I won't be adding water to mine because I like it thicker. And then I'll add some chicken as well. That is cooking. I'm gonna just clean my kitchen. I got a few dishes to wash. The dishwasher, I didn't have to run it last night because it was half full after dinner. Miracle. So I'm going to, I turned it on, put like the food processor in there, which is nice. I don't have to hand wash that. So I'll wipe up and wash the few pans I have. Okay, so the kitchen is clean, so I'm gonna add some of my chicken broth to this. Chicken broth, chicken bouillon. Always add more. You know what I was thinking? I have celery seed. Do I? I think I do. Yes, celery seed. I need to find minced. I'm sure they have it. Like minced celery. Somewhere. I'm sure they have it. So that'll take my celery flavor. Oh, it's almost melted. It was a nice spurtle. I'm trying to get off my spurtle. Okay, so then I'm going to get flour and we're just going to thicken it, and then I'll add the milk and we'll just stir it up. How much flour do you add? It all depends on how much. My original recipe, which I'm sure I have it in my cookbook, I've made it a million times on here. I have exact measurements, but you just kind of got to do it till it absorbs all that butter. So I know it's going to be probably 2. So see how it's getting thicker in here? Still able to get some more. Probably 2 whole cups of flour. Look at that. Okay, that'll be good. And then I'll add my milk to it. You can probably do even more. We're gonna, there we go. So I'm just keeping on stirring it until it gets thick. Add your chicken too. Don't forget to add chicken to it. You don't have to. I mean, but you should. But if you're not having, just add a little bit to it. I'm going to add a bunch because I have a bunch. I mean, what's cream of chicken soup without chicken, correct? Perfect. I guess the orange wasn't too bad. I thought it'd be a lot in there. I'm like, taste it, always taste it. You want to make sure the flavor is there. If you think it's too bland, add a little bit of salt. Just by adding a little bit of salt and pepper, you'd be surprised at how much that will like help your dishes and be more flavorful. I'm gonna have to add some more milk here. What kind of soup this looks like. I think my amount of milk is done adding to it, so I'm just gonna let it come to a boil here and see how thick it gets. Taste it, constantly taste it, and make sure it tastes good. I feel like my flavor is pretty well achieved right now. It's got some chicken. I added a bunch of chicken bouillon, a little bit more. I might add a little bit more salt and pepper here. We'll kind of let it come to a boil and see what it does. And then I have a little bit of shredded chicken. I'm gonna save this in case we want to make chicken soup or whatever we decide to make. We can decide on more chicken dinners. Okay, so that is finished. That's good. I'm letting that sit for just a minute and I'll pour it in containers. I just had my breakfast. I had a leftover chicken fajitas. Anybody else do meals for breakfast? Like, I do like breakfast food, but not always. Sometimes I just really like more like a dinner type thing for breakfast. So I ate that. That was so good. So delicious. Got some water. Yes, I didn't have a lot of water because the refrigerator was out of commission. Then the water bottles are over there on the floor. You know, they're not cold, so it's and there wasn't much ice. It's funny when you get used to cold, icy water. I know, the privileges in America. That when you don't have that, you're like, oh, it doesn't even taste good. So sad. So sad. So I know by the end of the day, I was like, okay, I really need some more water. So today I'm going to focus on some water. So I've got a big giant cup here. Fill this up. I put 2 vitamin C in it and drank that this morning. So now I'm going to put together my little homemade potpourri thing for the stove. This is going to be the cheaper version just because I didn't go out specialty and buy things because everybody's doing it on the internet. I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm like, that's pretty cool. The viral potpourri hack. There's other things you can do. You can also take and put cinnamon, if you want your house to smell real good right away. Put cinnamon on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven, turn it on for a few minutes, and then shut it off. Just leave your oven door open. It'll smell really good. Vanilla works like that. You can even boil vanilla in your pot too with some water. That makes a good scent around your house. I'm just gonna take these oranges and apples, cut them up, put them in my pot. I'm gonna put cinnamon and nutmeg because that's what I have. Oh, I got cranberries. And then just let it come. Do cranberries actually have a flavor or a smell? No, they actually don't. They just look pretty. So probably, you know what? I might save some. We're gonna do Christmas punch. We're gonna try a Christmas punch this week when we have our movie. So maybe I'll save some for that. But I'm gonna put them in Ziploc bags and freeze them. And then that way I can pull these out again if I remember before Christmas. So let's just slice up these oranges and we'll put some in a pot and put them on the stove. obviously the red makes it look pretty, and then the green also makes it look prettier. I don't have that. Could put some fake pine branches in here, but this is good. So I will put this on my back burner here. Let that come to a simmer. So let me get out, let me see if I got some Ziploc bags. In reality, we'll just do this probably a couple more times before the holidays. So let me separate this into two, put even the cinnamon and stuff in it, and then all you gotta do is put it in a pot with water. You can freeze this, who cares what it looks like, because it's gonna be in water all smushy anyways. These make great gifts, not this way obviously, but put them, I did one, I think I did them, did I do them last year? Did I make them last year? I don't know if I made them last year, I made them the year before, I know. You get the cellophane clear plastic wrap. It's hard to find. Dollar store, I believe, has it. And then I tried using plastic. That does not work. I've seen where people put them in the piping bags. That's kind of neat. Put your small stuff in the bottom and work your way up to an orange. I also took and dehydrated apples one year, and so put some apples in there that way. You can also dehydrate your oranges. It doesn't matter. Either way, if you have food dehydrator, dehydrate everything, put it all together like in a nice potpourri. But it works. So this, I'll have 2 of these for the holidays. I'm going to save this because we're going to do punch this week, and that'll be fun to add to it. This will come to a boil and make my house smell better than cream of chicken soup. All right, 2 more things accomplished. I'm an overfiller by nature. So just fill up to the line on the containers. That's it. So I had a whole extra container. So these are gonna go in my freezer. I'll have cream of chicken soup for a long time, probably. I'm gonna think past, obviously December, past January. Let's hope we can get into February. I'm thinking we will. That's a lot of cream and chicken. So let me go put those out there and grab my next stuff for the next meal I'm gonna make. So what I'm gonna do is make a big pot of, well, not a big pot, mix them and freeze some Gwumpkies. This is something, maybe you guys call it something different. This is what Greg's family, his grandma was Polish. She was Polish and a bunch of other things. Ours has rice and egg and the meat mixture, and then you stuff it and roll it in cabbage leaves. And then we layer ours with sauerkraut and Italian sausage. Not everybody does that. My mom did it with tomato juice. It's however everybody likes it, so just whatever you like. So I have a huge roll of hamburger here. I've got onions. I should have saved some of those chopped up onions, but I didn't. So I'll dice up the onion. I only was able to get these because remember I went shopping, and this was like the last store I went to, and I was like, oh. So I'm gonna see how many cabbage leaves I can get, how many rolls I can make. That will depend on, you know, to see how much I actually make. And then I'll put the rest of the hamburger in the bags to freeze. So I've got my pot of water boiling. What you're gonna do is you can take your cabbage. I pull the yucky up and cut like a square as deep as I could for the core. I'm gonna plop this in the water. The leaves will pretty much fall off. Like, oh look, there's one right there. It doesn't always happen like that, no. It's just, this is real, not very sticky together. Sometimes they may, oh look, I'm gonna just go against everything I say. No, once they get down further, they just start sticking, so you're not gonna be able to pull them off. But if you put them in water, they'll just peel right off. So maybe I'll get lucky and be able to peel these. These are real loose, the cabbage leaves, but it will make your house smell so much like really stinking a little bit, but it's delicious. I think this is the first meal I had with this family was Gwumpkies, and I was like, oh my goodness, and it was a very smelly dish. I didn't love it back then, but I have grown to love the flavors now that I'm older, so it's good. Okay, I don't think I can pull this off, because if you pull it, it tears the leaf a little bit, so just plop it in water. I'm gonna see how many as I can get. Yeah, just pop it in water, it'll pull off real easy. But in the meantime, let's chop up some onions, dice them so we can put in a bowl with our hamburger for our mixture.
Baby,
Okay, I was talking to Jaden, so I got all my cabbage leaves right here. So I just mixed up, I think my recipe is 5 pounds. It's in my cookbook. 5 pounds of ground chuck, it's uncooked, a large diced onion, 2 cups of rice. I did about 1.5 cups. I like more rice, my husband does not. 5 eggs, I did 4 eggs and salt and pepper. And the reason why is I don't think I had exactly 5 pounds of meat. So what I'm gonna do, this is one of those things that makes your whole house stink like wonderfulness. It's delicious. If you love sauerkraut and cabbage, it's so good. So I will put in my slow cooker today, cook some, and then yesterday, my containers came remember my freezer meal containers that I needed them? They came. So I'm gonna make a few extra. I don't know if that'll be, I'll try to do the small ones and freeze some because this is gonna be one of those dishes Greg really likes, but not everybody does. So I might put just the cabbage in here with the sausage. I'm just thinking out loud because I probably won't bake in it. I'm just thinking I'll do this. I'll probably put those in here and then just freeze them, and then when I go to make them, put them in the slow cooker, and then I can put sauerkraut around them. So that way I don't have to use such a huge container to store everything in, because you want it to be deep so it doesn't overflow all the juices, but I'm thinking that is gonna be the case. So I will just make skinnier, flatter ones for in here, and then to freeze. Okay, so the first one, I put the lid this way, flip it upside down on top of it. This is great. I got these. I'm excited because I'm gonna mail some stuff to my dad, and I just ordered mini bread pans. He wants some like mini loaves, and so I said, well, I'll cook them, bake them in there, and they can just freeze them solid, which will be nice. I was thinking how to transport like cookies and things like that. I know just get them pretty full. We'll do our best, but these will be great for mailing as well. So Gwumpkies are done. So what I'm gonna do is take this. I might even go get a thing of kielbasa sausage, because I don't like the Italian sausage at all. I like the stuffed cabbage, but I don't like the Italian ones at all. So I'm gonna go get a kielbasa, just a sausage one, and put it right on top and just cook it. I think that'll work. Turn this on, let it cook all day. It's gonna stink in here and be delicious. And then I'm finished for food for the day, which is good. We are gonna do our buffalo chicken wraps and take those with us this afternoon when we go to our homeschooling, because we're out. It's right at dinner time, and then it lasts until we get home about 7:30, 7:45. So I'm thinking we'll just take that with us, make a little snack, and that'll be good. We'll just put on tortilla, put some lettuce on it, some veggies. Delicious. I do have to make cucumber salad. I just thought about that. All right, cucumber salad is the other dish that you put with this. Let me, do I skip those sausage? Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna put the sausage on there. I'll just skip that. That'll be good. Okay, plug this in. Let it stink up your house. It's delicious. It is, I promise, for those of you that like it. The wind is blowing like crazy outside. So what I'll do is get a cucumber out, and you literally just not shred it, cut it really thin. I think I'll use my veggie peeler. I'd have to go get my little slicer machine, which is not down here. I know it's upstairs. So I'm gonna try to go, I can just do it with a veggie peeler, and then you just put it with salt, let it sit in a bowl for a little bit, and then drain off that liquid, and then add sour cream. It's a real simple cucumber salad that we love. So I'm gonna put these in the garage in the freezer. Another few meals out there. True Floridians here. I'm watching people walk by, because you know, a lot of people walk in the morning. They've got earmuffs on, their winter jackets on. I'm like, oh my goodness. It's only 60, what's our temperature? 66, 64. So I know it's a little bit chilly today, but yeah, it's gonna be good. So let me, so what I'm gonna do is I have a big giant one. I've got some small ones to do. We'll see if I think I can use these up, because they're already getting slimy, which is so bad, so bad. We just bought them. Okay, slice them in. I'm gonna use my right here and just do real tiny, because I don't want to get my slicer out. Okay, does anybody want to be like, now I know why I don't like using a potato peeler. You know why? Because it's hard on your wrist. So the key to cucumber, and that's, I like using a knife, I feel like my wrist is never, I mean, yeah, if you cut a ton, it gets a little sore, but not like this. This is like that over and over and over and over and over and over move. But what the key for these things is you want them nice and thin, and usually I use a big cucumber. Well, I have to use up these small ones because they're already getting yucky if I don't. So, and I was doing this and I'm like, oh my goodness, it literally took me 6 minutes on my camera here. But I had to laugh because I literally was like, can I just lay them on their side and just do them long ways? That'll be fine, and just have strips in there. That didn't look as pretty as the circle ones, but it's all good. So, and then I thought, you know what, I could just run upstairs and go get the food, like the mandolin slicer it's called. I know I have it upstairs in my extra room up there because I don't use it very often. So, but in reality, by the time I go get it, bring it back down, set it up, do it, and then I have to wash it and everything else. I'm like, I would already be done. So it just takes time. It's like the food processor used to have the mandolin chopper on, and that worked awesome. Then I have that hand one, I think it's red. That worked good, but I'm like, you know what, this does the job too. So you just want it nice and thin. I don't know, cucumber salad, does anybody else make this? It's just real good. And then you add salt, a bunch of salt to this, and you let it sit, and it'll draw out all the liquid. And then you just kind of drain that liquid out. And then right before serving, just add a couple tablespoons of sour cream to it. It's really good. It's very simple and yummy. So I'm almost done. Okay, I'm on my big giant one now. So I'm gonna fly through this and get this cucumber salad done. Okay, I grew way too impatient. I was like, I'm done. The last ones are gonna have to be a little bit thicker. So this is just gonna sit, I'll just leave it on the counter for a little bit, and a little bit I'll stir it, and I'll probably add more salt, drain it, stick it in the refrigerator. So this is good and done. I've got my crock pot on low, that's gonna cook. And then I think I'm finished in my kitchen today. So what I'm gonna do now is work on our school, get that done, our little chores, which is so little. And then I think we're gonna go for a walk during the day because it's nice, because we're gonna be heading out tonight. It's really windy. So I think it'd be good to get out for a little bit, like after lunch and that today. So let me get the kids moving here. They're moving, but they're not fast moving. And then we'll see what we can do next. All right, so I took a few minutes and I just filmed a couple of my Bibles so that I am caught up for the weekend. And then kids are getting up, moving, doing their thing. It's a good chiller day today, which is a good thing. Bye, Maxie. We'll see you later. She's like, I know you're going. Okay, we never packed our lunch because we just, or dinner, because we're not really starving, so I thought we'll just eat when we get home. So been editing, filming today, some of my Bible videos today. So what we're gonna do is head out the door right now. We're gonna go ahead and get the things we need at the stores, and then end up at the kids' fun homeschool thing. So we'll bring you along all the run. Okay, I love shopping in shorts. So we stopped at the bank, and then we stopped at Lowe's and got to return the water filters, and now we're gonna run over to Ulta to pick up Christmas Secret Santa gift. We're going into Ulta, Maddie's store, so we're gonna follow her because we don't know where this. I don't even come in here. The makeup, oh my goodness! Look at all the makeup. Multi-billion-dollar industry. Oh, look at that right here. Oh, it's only on sale.
This is more like.
Okay, we got the nail polish. So now I think we'll just get this and see what else we can get. Okay, that nail polish we thought was going to be the $8 one. It is not the $8 one. So we have a $10 limit for specific. We have a $10 limit for our Secret Santa. So we're done with that one. Gonna go in Five Below for just something we gotta look for real quick. So we ran into Five Below and we just found one candy that she wanted. So then she says candy with the nail polish because nail polish is a lot. And then Steven saw something he wanted. I haven't even got his gift yet. Like most of them ordered. He's undecided, but he did see stuff in here he wanted. So we're running back to grab those real quick. Look at Maddie balanced a baller. Okay, we picked up some Christmas gifts here for Steven, so that's good. And I think he's the last one. I haven't gotten his list yet completed, so we're still waiting on a few things for him. Now I gotta run to Aldi and pick up like 2 things. I run into Aldi for just a second. Okay, I'm looking just for walnuts. They're probably not gonna be here, probably in the baking, I have to assume. Okay, we need to make some puppy chow. So right here, I need 2 blue and 1 green. There we go. All right, then I just gotta go get some walnuts. I have walnuts over here. Yep, walnuts. Chopped walnuts. I think I'll get some shelled ones. I
Me and I just need a little bag. Let me get these. We got our purchases right there. Right there. We got those for movie night. I thought of something while we were there. Am I the only one that forgets where the car is? Like all the time. We're either down there or the next one. I think we're the next one. I don't know why. It's like a struggle to remember where your car is. But it is. It's fun. We got palm trees and Christmas music. Very pretty, and it's warm out. Beautiful day. All right, so I ended up going to Bell's and picking up one more Christmas gift for somebody that I want to mail to. So I grabbed that real quick, and then we're done. We're going to the library right now to get some books and then pick up some stuff, and then we're going to go head to our fun night for the kids. So it's going to be a good night. So I'm going to edit. That's what I do, is bring my laptop, and I'm going to edit while they're doing their things. So thank you guys for watching and for coming along with our life here living in Florida. So all right, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for another video. See you tomorrow. Bye.